In today's video, we're going to find out how important speed really is by forming a team of players who have the most speed at their position. How far do you think we'll make it? Leave your predictions below and stay tuned to find out if we could make it to the promised land. We're going to get straight into it and start with our first position, which is QB. And starting us off is Zach Larrier with 93 speed, the highest speed in the game for all quarterbacks in the game. Then second, we got Malik Hornsby with 91 speed, then Jason Bean with 90 speed. Next, we have the halfback or running back position. And kicking it off, we got Jaden Nixon, who has 96 speed with 90 acceleration. Then we got Chris Johnson Jr., son of you-know-who, CJ2K, backing him up. And then now we have the wide receivers and tight end position. Kicking that off, we got Phillip Brooks from Kansas State. Then we have Brennan Thompson from Oklahoma with the 96 speed. And now we have Destin Hill with the 96 speed, 93 acceleration, and my personal favorite receiver. And then we have Tyler Harrell, wide receiver. You guys have seen before in the other wide receiver video. We're on to our first tight end, who has an 88 speed with 91 acceleration. I didn't even know that was possible. And then we have one of the greatest tight ends ever, generational prospect who just went to the Raiders, Brock Bowers from Georgia with 88 speed. He's going to be our X factor for sure. And on to the most important position group in football, the offensive line. And starting off, we got Walker Batty. Then we have Thomas Roemerick at left guard. And then we have Drew Kendall at center with 85 acceleration. And then we have Walker Parks at right guard with 72 speed. Then we have Tyler Needham from Rutgers, and it off at 74 speed. And now onto the defense, starting off with our left end, Chantez Williams with 86 speed. This kid is going to be fast. And then on the other side, right end, Xavier Thomas from Clemson. And kicking off our interior D lineman, we have Elijah Judy, D tackle with 87 speed. How is that possible? And then we have Mo Omamade with 82 speed on the other interior side. Now onto our linebackers, we have our best defensive player and arguably the best player on the team, Harold Perkins Jr., literally the best linebacker in the game. This kid's stats are amazing and beautiful, and he's our starting left outside linebacker. Then we have Jaron Kankik from Oklahoma with 88 speed. Then we have Devin Jackson from Oregon at right outside linebacker. And now let's get to the DBs, starting off with my guy, Cooper DeJean, who the Packers should have drafted, but the Eagles traded right before us and got him. And then we have Gentry Williams from Oklahoma, 97 speed. Oh my gosh. Then we have Tariq Watson from Minnesota. And now let's get to our safety, starting off with Malachi Starks from Georgia, 94 speed, 96 acceleration. You see all that green on them stats. That speed, boy. Then we got DJ Taylor, 96 speed. Ended it off from Cincinnati. Now with our kickers and special teams, we got Spencer Schrader. And then our last player on this very fast team is Mark Crawford from Minnesota. I see a bright future for this team, but the game does not, as we're ranked 73rd in the nation preseason, 5th in our conference, and our 4-year outlook is leaking bleak except for 2015 and on. But you guys see who we're facing first game, and we take a first game dub, only winning by 5 points. We had more total offense, but the game was pretty close. But our running game was crazy, as Chris Johnson ran for 102 yards and 20 carries. And then our receiving core all ate up today, getting over 40 yards each. And then our boy Harold Perkins Jr. caught a pick. And now we're going against the Hokies, and we get clipped. That's tough. Even though we lost, our quarterback is ass. Oh my God, 36% completion percentage. But our running back, Chris Johnson Jr., went off with over 125 yards with 34 carries. And our defense played decent, I guess. And we beat the Roadrunners. But why is Lee Corso on the team logo? What the hell? But yeah, we had a few turnovers though with our quarterback throwing an interception. But our running game still is what led us to the W and carried us all the way. And our receiving core also, as Phillip Brooks had 5 catches for 124 yards. And we get another dub here against Arkansas State as we beat their ass, if you want me to put it lightly. Our running game went off, man. Yo, our running game and Phillip Brooks is literally our 2 X factors on offense right now. And our defense is looking beautiful as always. I think our defense is our strongest suit though. And now against Coastal Carolina, we lost. We're their only W of the season. How'd we lose to them? Yo, our QB threw 2 picks? Oh my gosh. And look at our running game. Still trying to carry the load, but our QB sold us. And now we're going against the Southern Eagles. But we get a W here. Now our record's 4-2, man. Might be D for a 12-team playoff if we ever had a chance at getting into it, but might be D now. But I guess you could say our QB went off, had over 40 yards rushing. Receivers 8 as always, and my boy Harold Perkins Jr. from LSU caught another pick. And now, halfway through the season, we're currently ranked top 4 in the Sun Belt Conference. Do you guys think we can get the top 2 and possibly win a conference championship? Maybe. But here's what the QB stats looking. Here's what our running back stats are looking. They're looking beautiful. That 1-2 punch from Jay and Nixon and Chris Johnson Jr. is carrying our bum-ass QB. But our receivers are still eating though. Even our QB's lackluster. And look at our O-line giving up minimal sacks. I like to see that. You feel me? That's great. Great teamwork. And then our defense, as always, putting in belt the ass. And now against GSU, we put belt the ass on them, beating them 36-14. You see the stats. You see the numbers. Our running attack. Yo, our QB had 13 rushes for 61 yards. I'm not gonna lie, that's tough. And then Phillip Brooks, our best receiver, 6 catches, 124 yards. And now we're going against the Golden Eagles. Can we get a W here? And we do, as we beat them 35-9. Zach Laria had a decent game, throwing 3 touchdowns, 275 yards, and a 52 completion percentage. Player of the game also. And their player of the game is a field goal kicker. That's how you know they're ass. I mean, they did only have 9 points, so you gotta give them player of the game. But now onto UAB, we bust their ass again. But the box score is showing that both QBs plays, which can mean that either coach subbed them in because of the blowout or our starting QB, Zach Laria, got hurt, which I wouldn't be mad at because that nigga's ass. And I'm pretty sure Hornsby has a higher overall rating. But now we're going against the Mountaineers, and we kicked their ass too, winning 34-7. They had 4 turnovers, and their QB threw 2 picks. And as I'm looking at the injury report, Zach Laria was hurt, and I also just peeped Tyler Harrell, one of our receivers, is out for the season. That's a tough loss as he had like 97 speed. But regardless, our running game went off, putting less of a burden on our backup QB. But Phillip Brooks also helped him out, catching 5 balls for 128 yards. And you know our defense remains dominant as Alex Johnson caught 2 picks. And my boys have been so dominant. You can see Phillip Brooks is top 15 in the nation, and Harold Perkins Jr. is top 1 for tackles in the nation. And now against JMU, we bust their ass, beating them 38-14. And they had 6 turnovers? 6 turnovers, me girl? What I tell you about this defense? Gentry Williams with 2 interceptions, and Cooper DeJean with 3 interceptions. What I tell you about my boy? I'm still tight the Packers didn't draft him. But we beat Old Dominion here, 31-13. They had 4 interceptions, and our QB, Malik Hornsby, played amazing with a 63 completion percentage. And look at our receiving core with Brendan Thompson catching 4 balls for 110 yards. And then Harold Perkins Jr., our MVP, my MVP, getting 11 tackles with the interception. And that was the last game of our regular season. And this is what the final season stats are looking like. Look at our running game. Them boys both ran for over 700 yards and both had at least 4 TDs. And look at this receiving core. Phillip Brooks, oh my gosh. 9 touchdowns, 900 yards. Then Jake Skinner coming with 300. Brennan Thompson, 300 also. And look at that O-line, man. This nigga Thomas Remek, you're never coming back to my team. No one on the team had over 6 sacks given up except him with 10. Really, my nigga? And then look at the defense here. Just beautiful stats, man. Look at Cooper DeJean, man. Him and Harold Perkins Jr. carried our defense. But look at what some of the stats our players led the country in, man. Shantaz Williams, Cooper DeJean, Harold Perkins Jr., and Phillip Brooks. And now it's time for our conference championship game against the South Alabama Jaguars. Let's get straight into it and see if we can beat these boys. And if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to the channel and leave a like on the video as we're trying to hit 10,000 subscribers before a new NCAA football game comes out. Support a black brother, you feel me? It doesn't cost anything. But as you can see, we start off on defense here, and they start driving down the field even though we got a few stops. And then they run a screen play on this 1st and 10, which we end up getting a negative play on. And then on 2nd and 13, we get another stop, which should have been a sack. And then on 3rd and 15, their QB throws it in the middle, risking it for the biscuit, throwing that interception to DJ Taylor from Cincinnati, getting that interception and shifting the momentum just like that. South Alabama is so lucky he didn't catch that in open space. With that speed, he definitely would have took it to the crib. But on 2nd and 7, we start off here and run a nice little run play. And then look at Jaden Nixon go with that burst of speed up the middle, running for 21 yards. And then on the very next play, we run the option with Zachary Lariat. And he gets to the outside and gets taken down out of bounds for a 17-yard gain. And then on 1st and 10 here, nearing the end of the 1st quarter, I throw it through the middle to Brennan Thompson, one of our best receivers on the team and definitely one of the fastest. And on 36, I throw a dot to my personal favorite, Dustin Hill, for the 20-yard dot. And then goal line, we throw an HP toss, and speed kills, baby. Getting our first touchdown in the game. Let's go. That was a quick and very eventful turn of events right there as we were stuck in the beginning of the game on defense, with it looking like the Jaguars were going to strike first, but we got the interception and then stroke first, and now we're back on defense. And what is our defense doing? We can't let them get big gains like that, as they got 20 yards on that play, and they pick up the first down on a 9-yard rush. And on 1st and 10 on defense here, and man, if the defender would have just got there a little bit quicker, that would have been for sure a sack and maybe a fumble. But we forced them to take a field goal here, as that pressure from the D-line on that 3rd and 6 play was too intense for them. They couldn't handle it, and now we're back on offense. 1st and 15, I cut the outside with Jaden Nixon, and he gets that 14-yard rush. And on 2nd and 1, very next play, I hit him again. That nice little HB angle play, getting that first down, 12-yard reception. And on 1st and 10, I throw it over the top to Destin Hill. What I tell you about this kid? This kid is maxed for the 50-yard touchdown reception. Oh my gosh. This is why I told y'all he was my personal favorite receiver on his team. That boy is like that. Come on, man. This game is going way better than I thought it was. And now we're back on offense after the Jaguars couldn't do anything due to our defense. And we start off with this HB slip screen here. And look at Jaden Nixon getting shifty for a nice little 7-yard gain. And on 2nd and 3, I pass it through the middle to Oro, who also goes by the first name of JoJo, for a 17-yard gain. And we're having to up the ante and up the pace, as there's less than a minute remaining in the half here. And we hand off to Nixon, and he gets very, very close to that goal line. So we hand it off again, and then he go cut it to the outside and get that tutty. Let's go. Oh my gosh, we're about to blow these boys out. We're currently up by 18. And now we're getting the ball to start the second half off. This is too beautiful, as Destin Hill, our kick returner, gets to the outside. Keep running, boy. Oh my gosh. That was a beautiful 54-yard return. I wish he could have took it to the touchdown, but it's cool though, as we scramble with Zachary Lair on 1st and 10, and on 2nd and 7, we hand off to Nixon. He cuts to the outside. Keep getting them yards, boy. And then we do a jet sweep with Hill to the outside. Can we get to our end zone? And he just barely gets it to the 1-yard line. And instead of going for it on 4th and down, I realized there was no need to be risky and aggressive, and I just went for a field goal. And now on defense here, my DBs and the rest of the defense are flying to the ball with all that speed they have, and forcing a 3rd and 15 here. He has nowhere to throw it to, as he throws an incomplete pass, and give that ball back to my team, buddy. And then look at Williams running back. Oh my gosh, he's getting shifty. Oh, if we cut it to the outside, to that left side, that would have been, we could have took it to the house. Word 2. And then on 2nd and 9, I throw a bomb, but Zach Larrier doesn't have the accuracy or throw power to get it that far down the field. And on 3rd and 9, he's going to scramble out and get the first down, getting a hit stick right there. But it's cool though, as he throws a curl route, getting us that first down and getting us deep into the red zone. And then on 2nd and goal, I just hand off to Nixon, and just look at how beautiful the offensive line is blocking, bro. It was just wide open, no defenders there. I literally just strolled into the end zone with my running back. And then now we're back on offense here. And look at my flares flying to the ball, forcing that negative 4-yard play. And then on 3rd and 14, we see that screen. We see it. We see right through it. And we got the ball back in the 4th quarter with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. 1st and 10. And we get sacked for minus 10 yards. Offensive line finally did. And we get sacked again. And that's how the game concludes, ladies and gentlemen. Victory formation, the best formation. And your player of the game was Jay Nixon, running for 100 yards, 3 touchdowns, 23 yards receiving. That boy went off. And we win the Sun Belt Championship with the Marshall Thundering Herd, and end the season off 26 in the nation. But that's not good enough for a 12-team playoff. So I'm just going to insert us into a 12-team playoff at the 12th spot, and we'll be going against Oklahoma. That's what the bracket's looking like. And this is going to be a tough one, ladies and gentlemen. But we start off here with the ball first. I hand it off to Nixon, and that boy's already getting jiggy. First play, running for 8 yards. And then on 3rd and 1 here, I could have passed it a check down on the left side, but I hit Hill in the middle through all that traffic. And now on 2nd and 13, we're running play action pass. I see Baldwin get upfield, buddy, as he gets his that first down off that 18-yard reception. And I hit Nixon, and that Oklahoma D-line is not playing any games today. As on 3rd and 10, we narrowly avoid that sack right there as I hit JoJo Earl through the middle for a nice, big, chunky 34-yard gain. No diddy. And then on 1st and 10, hand off to Chris Johnson Jr. He runs for 8. And then we run a screen pass on 3rd and 5. And look at how the Oklahoma boys swarm to us. Jesus. So you know I had to take the field goal on 4th and 5. And now we're back on defense. Let's see if we can get a stop, man. And I have a theory that we won't. As Dylan Gabriel, I don't know who he thinks he is. That boy's looking like Derrick Henry the way he's running. And then he throws this long in-air pass to the out route to Anthony, and on 2nd and 8, he runs the option play again, breaking tackles, weaving through me. I can't even take him down, and then he picks up that first down. And now on their 1st and 10 near the 30-yard line, they hit Stubner and he runs up the middle, getting his team into the end zone. And then on 1st and goal, they hand out to the running back. And I just don't like how he did my mans like that.
Get
really?
off me!
You gotta do us. Oh my gosh. Stand up. Stand up. But after that terrible defensive drive, we have the ball here. And on this return, I'm trying to see if I can get something shaking with Destin Hill. And then on 1st and 10, I don't see the blitz coming. And I just get swarmed by Oklahoma players. And Zachary Larrier fumbles. And they get a fumble 6. Oh my gosh. Just when I thought it couldn't get any worse, man. But we're back on offense here. And then look at Destin Hill shake a few defenders, but he gets tracked down. And then on 1st and 10, I hand off to Nixon. And that boy is still running as hard as he could, showing all the strength and speed. And then on 3rd and 1, we run an option. And look at that boy, Zachary Larrier, turning on the Jets and showing off his speed. And look at him go. Let's go. Just when I thought Oklahoma was going to pull away, we come back with a crazy play as Zachary Larrier cuts to the outside and gets through all that traffic and hits the Jets. What I tell you, bro, that speed really kills, bro. As we get that field goal kick right there. And now we're back on defense. And we have to get a stop on these boys. As Walker gets completely ran over by Walker right there. And then on 1st and 10, we finally get a stop on Dylan Gabriel, bum ass, forcing a 3rd and 14. And we finally get these boys off the field, forcing them to 4th down. And now we're on offense, 2nd and 8. Let's see if we can make some shake as I hit Destin Hill. Oh my God, that was a beautiful dot right there for that 15-yard gain. And on 3rd and 9, I could have scrambled, but I said screw it and threw it up. And now it's 4th and 9. And we had to punt that. But Pete, there's 26 seconds left in the first half. Surely they don't score, right? As they pick up that 1st down right there. And then with 13 seconds left, 1st and 10, they throw it up. So, oh my God, that was on Cooper. Don't tell me. Cooper! You gonna let him do that to you? You gonna let him burn you like that? That's not the Cooper I know. Eagles fans, y'all better hope this not the Cooper y'all getting. But we somehow miraculously force Dylan Gabriel to fumble, and Thomas picks it up, getting us that turnover before the half ends. And now we start the second half all defense, and we need to get another stop as Dylan Gabriel is weaving all my defenders and making us look silly as he rushes for 19. And then on 2nd and 12, he dots up Walker, and I fall on the ground, and he picks up another 1st down. And then on 1st and 10, I'm trying to cover him. I was just too slow, too fast, couldn't get there on time. And on 2nd and 7, he runs the OP option. And look at him weaving and getting shifty for no reason as they get to the 1st and goal. And they just run it right in with Scavin. Now we're back on offense. We need to score here to keep. And we throw an interception. If we lose this game, this is going to be a play where it all went wrong. But after that interception deep in our territory, the only thing we can do now is try to force a field goal and make sure they don't score 6. As on 3rd and 3, they just run up the middle easily and get to near that goal line. And on 3rd and goal, my DBs were too far in the end zone. They threw it underneath, and that boy easily got in there. And now we're down 18 points. So I'm going to say screw it and throw up a Hail Mary to Thompson. And that boy catches it. Let's go. We walked through that dark tunnel and saw the light at the end. Come on, man. That boy Thompson snagged him. Come on, let's go. And on 1st and 10, we cut to the outside with Nixon. And that speed, you can't catch up with him. Let's go. And we score that touchdown. Oh my God, I'm loving this. This speed. What I tell y'all, it kills, baby. Let's go. This is exactly what we need to get back into the game and make this interesting again. And on 1st and 10 on defense, they run the option play, and we were on that, but he just broke 2 tackles. Thankfully, he didn't break off for a big run, but I think I spoke too soon as he runs the same option play and catches my defenders lacking, running for 16-yard rush, and then he tries to do it again, but we finally get a stop on that. And then 3rd and 3, he does it again, and no one is on that side, and we can't get a tackle, and this dude is just bitching my players. What is going on? Oh my God. Dylan Gabriel moving like Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry put in one. Are we really about to lose this game because we can't stop one player from scrambling? Really? As they fumble here, and then somehow they get the ball right back. And I just did not think my team would go out like this, man. One player just dominating through the air, on the ground. Dylan Gabriel, man. I've seen it all, bro. But we get the ball back, down 17-31. Destin Hill doing what he does best and running, but somehow he can't get to the end zone. But we got a 60-yard return right there. And now I'm just throwing Hail Marys, hoping I can make something shake. But I throw an interception. And that might be all, folks. I'm not going to lie. That might be game. And with 15 seconds left remaining in the game, 1st and 10. It's just Hail Mary time, man. This shit is over with. And he could have caught that if Zachary Larrier had better accuracy and throw power. But this nigga is a 71 overall, to remind y'all. But we throw an interception to end the game off, and we had a good season, man. It's just sad we just went out like that, bro. But all in all, this was a great team to play with. Very fast, as I'm pretty sure you guys could tell. And we should have had a deeper run, but it is what it is, man. If y'all want more videos like this, just subscribe to the channel, like the videos, tell your friends about me. It's your boy Kinghinley. Hope y'all enjoy. Catch you.